Hey guys, what's up? It's David here with How to Beast, and I'm coming at you from my new apartment here in Boston. And in this video, I want to talk about cardio and building muscle, and cardio's effects on building muscle. And if you're someone right now whose main goal is to get bigger, to gain weight, and to build muscle mass, how much cardio should you do? Should you do cardio at all? And what my recommendations are for you. But before we get into my recommendations, I want to talk about the two main ways that cardio affects building muscle mass. The first way is very obvious. It's just the calories that you burn doing cardio. If you're someone who gains weight very easily, then adding in cardio while you're gaining weight and building muscle, it's probably not gonna change things up too much for you. You're still gonna be able to gain weight at the rate that you need to. But if you're someone like me who has a lot of trouble gaining weight, and you really have to stuff yourself to get those 3,500 or those 4,000 calories a day in order to actually put on weight, then cardio is going to make it even harder for you to gain weight. And that's because cardio burns a lot of calories. Cardio actually burns more calories per hour on average than lifting weights and strength training. Obviously, that depends on the intensity of the cardio, how long you're doing cardio for, and what type of resistance training you're doing, what type of strength training you're doing. But in general, cardio burns a lot more calories than strength training. So if you're someone like me who has trouble gaining weight, then if you burn, 500 calories doing cardio today, that means you're going to need to eat 500 extra calories in order to make up for those calories that you just burnt, in order to keep your body in a caloric surplus and make sure you gain weight. So the first effect is that you need to eat more calories to gain weight when you're doing cardio. The second effect has to do with the way that doing cardio and doing aerobic work interacts with doing strength training work, and how both of these two different modalities of exercise, how they can sort of sometimes act against each other. And this is something that's not completely understood in the world of exercise science and sports science, but there's a lot of studies that have been done to see how training cardio and training aerobic and endurance training alongside resistance training and strength training, how they interact with each other, and if they help each other or if they hinder each other. And what they've found is that for endurance athletes, marathon runners or people like that who lift weights, it actually improves their performance. It improves the muscle. It allows them to build muscle. It improves the strength of their muscles, and their muscles are able to operate even more efficiently. But for people who are focused on strength and power, these studies have actually found, it hasn't been conclusive, but some studies have found that doing cardio and aerobic work can hinder the amount of power and the amount of strength that you can develop. And when it comes to gaining weight and building muscle, getting stronger in the gym is the most important thing you can do. Getting stronger in the gym that's the stimulus that your body needs to build muscle mass. If you just eat enough calories to gain weight, but you don't push yourself to get stronger in the gym, then you're just going to put on body fat. Getting stronger in the gym is giving your body a reason to synthesize new muscle tissue. You're saying, hey, the amount of muscle I have right now is not enough to keep up with these increasing demands of the heavier and heavier weights that I'm lifting in the gym. And your body responds by synthesizing new muscle tissue, assuming you have those calories to spare, that extra energy to spare. But as some of these studies have found, doing cardio, and again, it's going to depend on the amount of cardio you do, the intensity of the cardio that you do, and the frequency you do the cardio, how many days per week you do it. But cardio can limit the amount of strength and the amount of power you can develop. And in turn, that's going to limit the amount of muscle mass you can build and how big you can get. For these two reasons, obviously cardio is not an ideal type of exercise. It's not going to help you build muscle mass. If anything, it's going to hinder it. That's clear. There's no way that it's gonna make it more beneficial for you. But that being said, cardio has a lot of important benefits for your heart health. The health of your cardiovascular system and your respiratory system. Your heart and your lungs are strengthened, and their capacity to consume oxygen and to just circulate blood around your body and keep your blood pressure down, and everything, your heart rate and everything is improved by cardio. So anyone who cares about their general health should not just completely ignore cardio. And you do get some of these benefits from lifting weights, but you still can't, you should not neglect cardio. So for that reason, my recommendation is to do 1 to 2 days a week of cardio when you're trying to gain weight. And these 1 to 2 cardio sessions should not be intense. You don't want to risk holding back your strength development by doing really intense cardio. In my mind, they should be probably just 20 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardio. I'm talking about getting on the treadmill or on the bicycle or on the rowing machine and just going at a steady pace that keeps your heart rate raised, but not to the point where you feel exhausted or feel like you can't keep going anymore. And just maintaining that for 20 to 30 minutes once or twice a week. You definitely should not do like that, the HIIT, the high intensity interval training that a lot of people like to do when you're focused on gaining weight, because that's really intense and it's going to put more stress on your central nervous system, and it's going to prevent your ability to recover as efficiently as you can from the heavy weightlifting that you're doing that's going to allow you and help you to build more muscle mass. So to recap, cardio affects your ability to gain weight and build muscle in two ways. The first way being the amount of calories that you burn. You need to make up those calories in your diet. And the second way being that there is some evidence and some studies that show that doing cardio can limit the amount of strength that you can develop, which in turn is going to limit the amount of muscle mass that you're going to build. So because of that, my recommendation is 1 to 2 days of light cardio, 20 to 30 minutes, low intensity cardio a week. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Stay beastly.